Welcome back to Morning Break. We are so excited to have branding expert and motivational speaker Liz Goodgold joining us. Thank you so much for being here. I'm obsessed with the topic that we're taking on today because I am a New Year's resolution person. I love to-do lists, I love goal setting, and I love that you're kind of flipping the script on us a little bit today. So thank you for being here.
Of course, of course. And so here's what I think about. February is looming large. And right now, 47% of Americans have already given up on their resolutions. And I'm here to share that you don't have to give up on them. What we need to do is to figure out what we should stop doing instead of saying what we should start doing.
Because you were telling me before the show that it is easier to stop something than it is to start something, whether that's taking something out of your diet, stopping eating something instead of being like, oh, I'm going to add more things to my diet, like vegetables.
Exactly. So let's say your resolution, like so many Americans, was, I will eat better, I will lose weight, I will start exercising. Okay, let's flip the switch and say, instead, what should we stop doing? How about if we stop snacking? How about if we stop eating after 7 p.m.? How about if we say, it's dinner and done? The kitchen is closed. Those are easy things to do.
And you're an example of that, if you don't mind me sharing. You were telling me that those were things that you did last year and it worked for you.
It definitely worked. I dropped the 35 pounds, and yes, I ate a lot of broccoli, but it was also because I had to stop doing certain things, and I found stopping was easier than starting.
And so then let's talk about when it is like something that you have set a resolution, you're going to do this is your goal, and you start to get that feeling that this may not exactly be right for you. But to quit makes you feel like a failure. Can you speak into that?
Exactly, and I don't think you should look at a failure. So let's say, and I coach a lot of business owners, for example, you invested $10,000 on social media, right? You're going to get engagement, you're going to get interaction, but more importantly, you should be getting sales. So on a business perspective, it's not working. But in your heart, you're saying, but I invested $10,000. The point is, it's sunk costs. Give up on it. It's legit to quit. So instead of just saying you're a failure, think of yourself as being a very, very savvy business person. Analyze what worked and what didn't, and find a new plan to get you going forward towards the goal that you truly want to achieve.
Yes, I love that, because so many times you're hearing these motivational speakers this time of year like, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. And we're saying there are some things you can quit in 2024, and you should.
And you should definitely quit it. So let's say as a business owner, one of your goals is to speak better, or as I like to say, speak gooder. Right?
Yeah.
And so you listen to yourself and you recognize that you are using what we call this disfluencies. And those are things like, you know, or so, or like.
Stuff like that is my catchphrase. I cringe every time I catch myself saying it.
Yes, so you make a resolution that you are going to perform liposuction. You're going to suck that word like out of your vocabulary.
Yeah, I love that. Okay?
That is your stop. I am going to stop saying like. And to put some traction around it, you're going to create, instead of a swear jar, the like jar. And every time you say that word like, there goes $1. So I'm with you that you might have $20 in the first hour.
Yeah.
But over the course of 30 days, which is how long it takes to build a habit, that jar is going to start going down, and it's not going to be as frequent. And more importantly, you will have gotten rid of that like habit.
Yeah, and one of the things I think is so important to remember is that when you do quit something, if you're quitting something at the right place and at the right time, usually what you're doing is making room for something new. My dad always preached to me and my brothers that you don't quit to stop something or to run away from something. You quit to run towards something new or something different.
Exactly, and that's why I love looking at the metrics. Right? So if it was going back to your example of being better or losing weight, it's really easy to judge whether you are on track or not. If it was the business example, are you getting the traffic? If you're not getting the traffic, it was a failure. And that's okay, but you're going to put something else new in place. And I think that's really important. And then the other thing that I would really add when it comes to looking at resolutions or business goals is the power of one. Do one thing for 30 days. You can't have every single one of these goals as an objective and think you can accomplish them all. There's the power of focus. And that allows us to say, we don't have all these distractions. This is the one thing that I'm trying to do, and that's what I'm going to devote all my energy towards.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love that so much, because I do get myself caught in the January 1st comes around and I have these 5 things that I'm going to do this year, and I get overwhelmed thinking I've got to do them all right now at the same time, and then I quit. And that is making me feel like, what was even the point of that?
Exactly, and I think it's also important to get this mentality of giving yourself positive reinforcement. So often, going back to this example, it's all or nothing. Oh my gosh, I blew my diet, it's over. It is not over. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself positive reinforcement. I had an amazing breakfast. I could have had a better lunch, and guess what? The day is not ruined. You still have lunch, and every day is another day to try again and to put these, again, we're trying to form this brilliant new habit, and that's what's really important here.
Yeah, I love that so much. So when you're thinking about quitting, evaluate your circumstances. Be like, is this something I really should quit in order to pursue something different, make room for something better? Or is this me just quitting because I'm getting lazy or I'm getting kind of stuck? And then in that case, that's when you need the motivation that Liz Goodgold offers to be like, you know what, this is the right track and you just got to stick with it.
You do.
All right, Liz, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I love our conversation so much.
Always
I
a treat.
appreciate it. All right. And we will make sure that all the information that Liz has to offer, including her website and social media, is on our website, 𝐂𝐓𝐇V.com after the show. We'll be right back.